I'm sure you guys have seen it already, but if you haven't, we're going to break it down right now. The stock market is a complete disaster. It's about 2:45 p.m. on the East Coast, and all of the indexes are down big time. We have the Russell down 3%, the Nasdaq's down 3.5%. We have the S&P down 2.5%, as the Dow is down about 2%, and the VIX is up 8%. So we're going to break down the markets in this video. We'll take a look at volatility, crude oil, and some stocks. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and you might as well get your 15 stocks from Moomoo if you haven't, because today it's a bloodbath. So you might as well get some free money. Use that link down below. Deposit at least $100 and you get 15 stocks, each up to $2,000, and it also helps out the channel. Full disclosure, guys. So with that being said, again, cheers. Let's dive into the video. So all of these indexes are getting demolished. I don't even know what to say, guys. I mean, it's just one of those days where we're getting hit. We're getting hit. And by the looks of it, SPY is at what, 360 right now? It's really pretty much right at the lows. If you guys remember the lows from the pre-market yesterday, if I pull up the 5-day chart, you'll see it. Yesterday we were at 358. So we're pretty much there. We're now essentially at the lows from pre-market yesterday, and in other words, we have lost the entire gain from yesterday. If you guys remember, we went from about 363 at open yesterday to about 373. Now we're at 360. We've lost that entire gain. It was erased like that. And you can see here on the 10-day chart, if I pull it up, we're knocking on that low from yesterday. We're knocking on that door. If we take 358 out, we're probably going to start going here. If I pull up the 4-hour time frame on SPY, and you can't even see it on the 4-hour, we'll probably have to pull up the yearly chart. Not even on the yearly chart. We got to pull up the 3-year chart to see some of these levels. I mean, we're probably going to start going to that pre-COVID crash high, which was right around 340. That could be the next target between, I'd say the range is between 340 to about 345, 50-ish, I'd say right around there. That's where SPY could be going if we take these lows out, which looks very likely at this point. And by the lows, I mean, again, the lows from yesterday in the pre-market. And let's pull up Triple Q. Triple Q might already be at these lows. Let's see. Yeah, it already took the low out as expected. I mean, look at this. This is complete carnage, guys. Yesterday's low pre-market on Triple Q was right around 270. I think a little bit under that. Now it's just hit 268.84. It took that low out, and essentially, I mean, it completely erased the gains from yesterday. Yesterday, Triple Q ran all the way to about 281. Now we're under 270 like that. Just like that, guys. Very quick down move. And the reason why Triple Q is really falling, and I'd say the entire market today, is because of Apple. Apple is getting hit again, and a lot of these big tech stocks are not doing well. Apple is down 6% today, guys, down about $9. It's right around $140 per share right now. And not to toot my own horn, but now that I just realized, I just remember this for some reason, but do you guys not remember I trimmed Apple at $173? I don't even know why this just popped in my head, but I'm looking at this and I'm kind of patting myself on the back right now because I called this out. I don't want to say we all knew this, but a lot of us were saying Apple's a little bit too toppy at about 170, 175 when it was there just about a month and a half ago. And full disclosure, and I mentioned this in real time, I trimmed Apple at 173, and lo and behold, here we are at $140. So I figured, hey, I'd toot my own horn in this video today, guys, and I'd throw that in there. And that's why I believe it's important to trim. If you, maybe if you're in index funds and you're holding for the long term and you're not into individual stocks, I wouldn't trim. But if you have individual stocks, maybe you think one's a little overvalued, maybe you're overweight on an individual stock in your portfolio, you might as well trim a little bit, especially if you're up a ton, which for me, I was up a lot on Apple in the 170s, trimmed, and now that it's getting back to, the lower half of the hundreds, maybe if it starts coming down to 120, 110, I'd consider buying some more Apple. So I trimmed a little bit. If it comes down, I might add a little bit more, right? So this is kind of how I treat individual stocks. I don't just hold on to them. Some I just hold and never sell anything. But a lot of the time, if I think it's a little bit frothy, I'm going to trim, and that's what I did here. And we got, I think, a downgrade today on Apple, which is adding fuel to the fire from the news that we got yesterday. Let me confirm that, though. Yeah, stock price target cut by B of A Securities to $160 from $185. So that's the downgrade right there from B of A. And yesterday we got the news that Bloomberg, according to Bloomberg, an analyst from there, they are cutting production due to lackluster demand for their new iPhone. So this is kind of like a 1-2 punch here for Apple. They got the left hook yesterday, and today's the knockout. Today's the knockout, guys. They're down 6% in a day. So if Apple's down that much, you know it's bad. It's bad for the market. And you can clearly see here the descending triangle we had drawn out completely played out. It played out beautifully. You know, textbook descending triangle here. So let's run through some other big tech names. Google today is down to $96, 4% down move here on Google. So I'm getting very close to buying more. In fact, I'll probably buy more Google either today or tomorrow. I'm getting some cash in there. I'm getting some more cash in the brokerage tomorrow, so that should be one of the buys I make. Also, Meta, last I checked, Meta, let's put it up here. Meta was down, or it is down, 4% on the day. It was down to the low 130s about a day or two ago. Maybe that was yesterday, and now we're at 135. So Meta's another one that I'm going to be buying more of. And if you didn't know, full disclosure, Google is my biggest individual stock holding, and I'm going to be buying more of it. Same with Meta. These are stocks that, well, Google I've owned for quite some time, but Meta I started buying a couple of months ago, and I told you guys a couple of months ago, this is probably going to be one that's going to be in some turmoil for not 5 to 10 years. Hopefully by 5 to 10 years it gets out of the turmoil, but I mentioned how the next year or two is going to be tough for Meta, and it's been tough so far. The stock has not recovered at all, like a lot of stocks, but fundamentally the company, a lot is changing for Meta right now, which we're not going to get into in this video, but that has caused the stock to get hammered from about, it was $320 in February, guys. Now it's at 130. Do the math. This thing is down 60%, and for me, I think it's a value right now. I'm buying it, and I'll probably buy more later today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. And same shameless plug, I post all my alerts on Patreon. If you guys want to check it out, I haven't really been plugging the Patreon a lot lately, but if you want to check it out, it's linked right down below. Feel free to check it out, try it out if you want to. And yeah, Meta's down a lot, Google's down a lot. Microsoft on the day-to-day is down 2.5%. This just hit a fresh low at 232, and I don't really cover Microsoft a lot, but this is a company that could be getting to, I don't want to say a bargain basement value or anything crazy like that, but if it starts getting to the lower 200s, if it cracks under 200, this might be one worth looking at. It's already down 33%. I mean, it's already deep in a bear market. Well, maybe not deep in a bear market, but it's not down 20, guys. It's down 33%. I mean, it's down. So if it gets down 35, 40%, this is going to be one that I'm going to consider adding back to my portfolio, because this, along with Meta, well, when I used to own it, it was Facebook. I still own it now, but the first go around, I used to own Facebook years and years ago, sold out of it. Also, when I sold out of Facebook during that time period, I sold out of Microsoft as well. So Meta, like I said, I started rebuying after about 2 years of not owning it, maybe even more than that. And Microsoft, I haven't started rebuying yet, but I might consider it if it gets to a point lower 200s, even under 200. I think that'd be a screaming buy, in my opinion, for Microsoft. So what else? What other big tech stock are we forgetting? We always forget Amazon. I don't know why. I always forget Amazon, I feel like, on the channel. Let's pull it up. Amazon's got to be doing poorly. Yeah, down 4% on the day roughly. It's at about $113. And believe it or not, the chart doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's under the moving averages. We have a death cross, which is not good for the bulls, but we're still technically holding this channel that I've drawn out. Somehow, some way we are. And if we start breaking under, let's say, $110 on Amazon, all right, that point, we're going to be, at that point, bears are going to really start coming in, and then the trend will break. And to be honest, I mean, we're going to be taking the lows out at that point. The low from the end of May was right around $100. Watch out for that. That could be right around the corner here, for Amazon. So let's see what else is moving. We got big tech down big time. Like I just said, we covered those stocks. And let me know, by the way, are you guys buying any big tech stocks right now? Again, personally, I'm buying Google and Meta. What are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, let me know where you're watching this video from, what country, or if you're in the U.S., what state you're watching this video from. And if you want me to cover any individual stocks, feel free to drop all those in the comments down below, guys. So what else is moving? We have two other ones that I'm looking to buy heavily during this bear market. NVIDIA is down to 120 today. This hit a fresh low. It's down almost 6% on the day. The lowest hit at 119.50. This is getting to the sweet spot for me, guys. Adobe's another one that's down today. Just hit a low, I think, yesterday at 273. Now it's at 276. This is getting to a very good value right now, in my opinion. So these are a couple of big stocks that I'm looking at, and we might as well go back to oil. Or not even back to oil in the first place, because we didn't even look at it yet. Oil right now is down at 81 a barrel. Well, I guess I should say it's up to 81 a barrel because a couple of days ago it was in the mid-70s. It was at 76. Now it's up about $5 a barrel from that point. In other words, 7, 8, about 9%. So this is probably going to be a bull trap for crude oil, in my humble opinion. I mean, right now we're still in the downtrend. We're still under the 180 SMA and the 50 SMA. So until we see some technical, some upside here above, let's say 85, 90 a barrel, the bears are in charge, guys, and this thing is going to get pushed down lower, in my opinion. Now, if we break 90, 95, that's a completely different story, but we're not anywhere near that point quite yet on oil. So I'm just going to have my alert, set my alert at 90 a barrel, markets that were above, and we'll see what it ends up doing. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up. We're about 12 minutes in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And if you want some free money, which who doesn't like free money? Don't forget to use those links down below. Get 15 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit, and you get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.